I honestly believe that this November is the most important November in 14 years. Okay, so why is this November so important? Well, first we have to understand the environment and the situation that we're in. So at the moment, I've been monitoring conversations I've been having with my clients over the last few weeks, also monitoring the media, monitoring the commentary, and monitoring the feel of the world, as well as comparing that against my own reality. And I'm not for a second underestimating that there are people out there who are actually doing it tough at the moment. We've had all sorts of obstacles thrown at us, and it has been a difficult, challenging, and disruptive time. But what I like to do is I like to look at the data, because very often the data tells us the truth of a scenario. And there's all this talk at the moment around inflation and rising interest rates in Australia. And there's a lot of hype about it. And I think, when I have conversations with my kids, I think that's what triggers me to understand better that a lot of the times they're a bit misunderstood. Interest rates going up is a sign of inflation. It's a lever that the Reserve Bank uses to bring down spending. So when interest rates are going up, it's because we're spending too much money. We're spending money on things that the Reserve Bank doesn't think we need to be spending money on. So they raise interest rates. They raise them up so that it controls our spending. So when interest rates are going up, people are confidently transacting on things. They're making purchases. They feel confident enough to spend that money. The second data I like to look at is what gives people the confidence, and that's employment. And right now, unemployment figures are almost at a record low. If you're living in Australia, you're pretty confident that you'll be able to go and get a job. Might not be your dream job at your dream rate, but there's a confidence around that there are jobs available if you want them. And so when you combine those two, you get a picture of people who are spending, and they're confident about spending because they know that if they lose their job, they can just go and get another one. The third piece of data I look at, and it's industry specific really, is real estate transactions. And over the weekend, we had the Melbourne Cup long weekend. We had over 900 auctions. Now, that's not an indicator that people are shying away or holding on to their properties for better prices or for the market to bounce back. Because when you look at those numbers and compare it to other years, you've almost got to go back to 2018, 2019 to get that many auctions hosted on a weekend. So when you look at the real estate market, transactions are taking place. Properties are being listed and they're being sold. Just in my street down here, record price on the weekend for a pretty average 4-bedroom home. And so when I put the data that I get from all the sources that we get data from, plus my own experience, I start comparing the narrative of the community versus my own reality. And again, I'm going to preface this by saying, yes, I understand there are people struggling, and this is by no means trying to demean you or put you down. There are unique circumstances affecting a lot of people at the moment, but this is just the reality as I see it. And so when I compare those two things, the narrative and then the reality on the data, I can see, or you can start to see, two really different lanes. A two-speed narrative, as a sense. People who are flying and people who are contracting. Now, what determines which lane you're in? And what it is that determines that is based on your actions. From the people that I mix with and have conversations with, the ones who are flying are the ones who are consciously out there building awareness around what they do and why they do it. Now, I'm not strictly talking about content, but these people are making calls. These people are interacting and putting themselves in front of other humans. These people are putting themselves out there in their market in whichever way they can to ensure that they're getting the best chance to get the biggest market share that they can possibly grab. Now, those who are in the bottom level of the second tier of this two-speed narrative are the ones who are probably more scared. They're nervous and they're cautious about the moves they're making at the moment because they're tending to buy more into the commentary from the mainstream media. They think and they believe that the world is going to come crashing down. And as a result, Because they're being cautious, they're putting themselves in a little cocoon and they're hoping that they'll be able to wake up in a month or two and it will all be over and they can just get back to doing business the way that they used to do business. Well, unfortunately, because we're in November, in a couple of months' time is January, and that creates a bit of a double whammy in a lot of small businesses, particularly real estate, because January traditionally is a low, slow, and often dark month. There aren't a lot of people around looking to buy or sell family homes. If you're in a holiday location, that could be a completely different story at all. But generally across the board, January can be slow and dark. And so what you need to do to avoid a slow and dark January is you need to be doing the work right now in November. And this is what I'm calling you out to do right now. I don't want you to have a sad, dark January. I want you to go out there and smash it. I want you to have a great Christmas and a great holiday with the confidence of knowing that you've already done the work to get you through that slower period. I want you to have the best January you've ever had. But in order for you to do that, in order for you to enjoy the best January you've ever had, you have to be doing the work now. I want you to go out and smash November. I want you to go out there and build incredible awareness around who you are, what you do, and why you do it. And it doesn't mean just by making social media content, although I'll subscribe to the fact that it's probably the easiest and most scalable way to reach 200 or 300 or 400 people for the least amount of effort. Whatever way you try and do it, make sure you're out there and you're building awareness around yourself, around what you do and why you do it. And I wish you all the best, and I'm here to help you with any questions if you've got them. Cheers. Hey, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate anyone who watches all the way to the end of one of my videos. This is the part where I do the YouTube thing. If you like this video, if you enjoyed it, please consider leaving it a like below so that it feeds the algorithm and spreads these kinds of videos to people who are like-minded like yourself and wanting to learn more in this space. If you want to learn more about this type of content, the other step you need to take is to subscribe with the notifications bell on, so the next time I do upload a video, you get told about it and you don't miss out. Now, if you're interested in storytelling, personality-driven marketing, or even viral content, the next suggestion I have for you is to pick yourself up a copy of this book. It took me about 6 years of research to compact everything that I know into 220 pages. It's got exercises and free downloads and really is a great starting point for anyone wanting to set their voice and market themselves using video. It's available in the US, the UK, Australia, South Africa, Europe, and even New Zealand through all good bookstores. And of course, you can pick it up online via Amazon and Booktopia. It's called Like, Comment, Share, Buy. There's a link to the Amazon site down below. All I can say is it's a great read for anyone who's a beginner in this space. And I'm really proud of it. So if you want to help me out even, buy this book, give it as a gift, whatever you want to do. It's there. Anyway, that's all from me. Catch you on the next one. Peace.